Good morning everyone, welcome to The Point. In this video, we will discuss types of unemployment with examples. Starting with the first type of unemployment, that is frictional unemployment. Now what this frictional unemployment is, it arises in a situation when a person is switching from one job to another or returning to a job after a long period of time. For an example, you are a student appearing for an exam or preparing for an exam, or after a certain point of time you decide to give up on the preparation and to get back to your job. So you will definitely take time to find a job in the market, and for the time that you are unemployed and looking for the job is known as frictional unemployment. We'll go through the slide and definition. Frictional unemployment occurs when workers leave their old jobs and are not able to get a new one. So as I told, for the time that you are unemployed during the job search or job switching, that sort of unemployment is called frictional unemployment. It is the result of voluntary employment transition from one job to another, and usually considered as the time spent between the jobs when a worker is searching for a job or transferring from one job to another. It usually occurs when students are looking for the first job, or when mothers are returning to the workforce. So for example, a female went through pregnancy and is returning to the job after a lag of say 2 years or 1 year, whatever it is. So she will take time to find a job, and for the time that she is looking for the job, she remains unemployed, and that type of unemployment is frictional unemployment. It also happens when the workers are fired, or in some cases laid off due to business specific reasons such as plant closure, and so they are looking for the job and they are unemployed during that time. So it comes under this category. Moving next sort of unemployment, that is structural unemployment. This type of unemployment arises due to mismatch in the skill set, what company is demanding from the employees and what the employees are possessing. For an example, there is a software company and there is a new software that has come in the market. Now the company is looking for such an employees which are possessing the skill sets to operate the software, but the people in the market available are not having those skill set, so they remain unemployed. So the unemployment caused due to the mismatch of skill set is known as structural unemployment. It occurs when there is a mismatch of skills in the economy, which means there is a difference between the skill the workers possess and skill that the employees are looking for. So there's a difference between what skill sets the people are having in the economy and the skill sets that the employers need for them to join the company. So the unemployment caused due to this reason is structural unemployment. For example, companies looking for employees who are updated with the new software in the market, as I explained. So this is structural unemployment. Moving on to the next slide, which talks about seasonal unemployment. So before explaining seasonal unemployment, I would like to tell you that there are certain businesses or certain manufacturing or production activity that are seasonal in nature. For example, if you see, ice creams are more sold in summer season rather than the winter season. Likewise, there are air conditioners and coolers that are sold in summers more than in winters. So people related to these industries like the ice cream industry, or say the air conditioner manufacturing, or the workers or electrician who repair such machinery, are more required during the summer season rather than the winter season. So for the winter season they remain unemployed, so that is called the seasonal unemployment, because they are unemployed because of the change in season, because the industry to which they were associated was seasonal in nature. As the name suggests, this unemployment rises due to change in the seasons. There is certain category of work that is seasonal. For example, ice cream vendors, electricians for air conditioners, they are needed only during the summertime, and for the rest of the time they remain unemployed. Such an employment is called seasonal unemployment. If I'll give you another example. If you know the kite flying, so that kite flying season, or let's suppose the cracker industry, so crackers are most used during either the Diwali or during the marriage season, where they are used to burst or to do the lightning work. So that is a very seasonal sort of work, and the people associated with that industry gets employed for only particular part of the year, and for the rest of the time they remain unemployed. So that is, they are under the seasonal unemployment. Moving on to the next category of unemployment, that is cyclical. So for this, one thing you need to learn is that in every economy there are different phases or different cycles. Sometimes the economy is on the growth trajectory, whereas sometimes there is recession in the economy. So whenever there is boom in the economy, boom means people are demanding more goods and services, or say demand of goods and services increases, which leads to increased manufacturing or production activity. Now, if the manufacturing activities are increasing, so more and more people are employed to cater to the people or to do the manufacturing process. So the employment rate rises and unemployment rate goes down. Opposite to this is the recession period, where the demand for goods and services goes down. So the manufacturing activity goes for a toss, and less manufacturing takes place because the demand for goods and services has fallen. So employment rate also goes down because less people are required, or no more people are required as they were required before during the boom season. So employment rates goes down and the unemployment rate increases because people are either laid off or less number of people are demanded in the manufacturing activities. So any unemployment caused due to economic ups and downs is called cyclical unemployment, and whatever I have told you is exactly written here. I'll just quickly go through it. Unemployment resulting from economic ups and downs is called cyclical unemployment. It is a result of business cycle and fluctuations. When the economy is at its peak or experience continuous growth, the rate of cyclical unemployment is low. As I've explained, demand is more, manufacturing activity shoots up, more people are required, so unemployment rate increases, unemployment rate decreases, and the opposite is here. When there's a recession in the economy, demand goes down, manufacturing goes down, employment rate goes down, and unemployment rate is moving towards this side. On the other hand, during a recession, the same thing is written. You can just go through it on your own. Moving on to the next of unemployment, that is disguised unemployment. Now, what is disguised unemployment? So, for example, there is some manufacturing activity that just need labor of 2 people to work on it, whereas 5 people are working on it. So a work which could actually be done by 2 people, on which 5 people are employed, so that means 3 extra people are working on it, right? So these 3 extra people that are working are under disguised unemployment. The reason could be that they are not finding maybe the other job, or that is the only available option to work on this piece of work, so they are employed. So such type of unemployment, that is the unemployment for these 3 people who are extra, is disguised unemployment. This type of employment occurs when this type of unemployment occurs when labor force is given no work, or work allotted to them is redundant, which leads to almost zero productivity. As you can see here, this piece of work can be done by these 2 people. Now if I add 3 more people, so they are not adding to the productivity, because this work can actually be done by these 2 people only. Now if I see the productivity of these 3 people, it is almost like zero. So this is disguised unemployment. It occurs when usually more people are employed than actually needed for the job, and is prevalent in unorganized sector. For example, in rural areas where agriculture is the main source of income, this kind of unemployment can be often seen. If a piece of land requires only 3 people to work on it and instead 5 are working, then those 2 extra people are under disguised unemployment. I hope it is clear. And next is underemployment. Now this is different from unemployment. So unemployment is that you don't have any job. In case of underemployment, I would like to explain you through an example. For example, you are an MBA graduate, okay, or you are an engineer, right? But you are working as an electrician in some garage. So there's huge difference as to what you have learned or what you are trained for and what you are actually doing. Another example, you are MBA graduate but you're working in a call center, or you are working as a just a cashier in some McDonald's or KFC, whereas your skill sets are that you are a master's in business administration. So whenever this lag arises, this is underemployment. You have a job, that means you are not unemployed, but you are underemployed because you are trained for what and you're doing something other. This type of unemployment occur when a person is working for hours less than what he or she aspires for. It also occurs, yes. So let's suppose if the company has promised that there's a 9-hour work that you will be given, but they actually give it to you 2 or 3 hours of job, or let's say 3 or 4 hours of job. So this is also underemployment. It also implies the underuse of worker because the job doesn't use the worker skill. As in the case I told you, you are an engineer working as an electrician. It is different from unemployment, as in that case the person remains totally unemployed. So there is a difference between underemployment and unemployment. So I hope it is clear to you what all these sort of unemployments are. So we have so far discussed 6 forms of unemployment, and one is underemployment. My friends, I would again reiterate that please remember all these sort of unemployment through examples. If you think that you will first mug up the definition and then example, then you're following a wrong approach, because it's always easier to remember things through examples. Once examples are clear in your head, you can always frame your own definition. So there is no hard and fast definition. All you need is the concept clarity, and that you can only get if your concepts are clearer, and that can happen if the examples are clear in your head. So friends, this is all for the today's video. Just go through the slides once again when the video is over, and just try to memorize the examples, or at least understand it once again. So friends, stay at home, stay fit. Thank you so much.